Welcome to the beautiful country of Uganda. I have been here nearly 2 weeks and I'm sorry this is the first video I am able to make for you. It is something I think everyone needs to do, is come to a country that is considered more of a mission field. Because here in this country I have learned one thing, that Ugandans are extremely rich. And compared to Americans, in one sense, we are so poor. As I've traveled, I've seen just how much America is a blessed nation. For those of you watching from other nations, I'm sure you have blessings as well. But America is one of only 2 nations founded on giving the nation to God, Jerusalem and America. From the very day that the Pilgrims stepped foot, my nation became a nation dedicated to God. So we have been blessed, and I am not saying anything about that. But I have lived in that country my entire 60 years, and I have seen just how much wealth changes people. Now, I'm talking about wealth of material things. We have food, we have shelter, we never have to worry about those 2 things for the most part. We have, we get to go get our nails done and pedicures, and we can do our hair. We can have water anytime we want it. I'm traveling here with a priest, Father John Baptist in Subuga. And when I told him things like, oh, you can drink water out of the tap, he's like, what? I'm like, oh yeah, we have clean water everywhere. Well, I could go on and tell you about what I have shared with him, the things that we have that they don't. Just coming to a hotel, I have a bottle of water here that they will put a bottle in everyone's room because I know you can't drink anywhere else, and that's what they have to provide. And so what I've noticed most is that though we have all these material things, we are so poor in comparison to the Ugandans who have so little. They don't have running water, at least not running water they can drink. They do have running water in sinks and some bathrooms, and they have food, very simple food. They have what they need. Not all, but many. But what I've noticed is because there's such a lack. If you look around, the richest building is nothing compared to some of our poorest buildings. When you look at them, you realize how rich this people is. I have been to the cities. I have been to the rich areas. I have been to the deepest villages. And I would film them if I wouldn't be offending the people, but they don't always understand what is this Muzungu doing, this white person, because they are so humble. I visited a man recently. He has lived in his mud hut his entire 70 years. He's got holes in it, and excuse me, my Ugandan cold I caught, and he has only the clothing that his nephew, Father John, brings to him. He has nothing of material wealth. He can't read. Nothing. And when I went into the deep roads that had no electricity, that had no plumbing, that had no lights, that had nothing but the dirt under our feet, the other children deep into the village ran out and they looked at me. And Father said, perhaps I am the first white person they have ever seen. We played a lot, and I tickled their bellies, and I let them know I was real. They weren't scared of me, but they found me quite peculiar. But what I noticed is everywhere I turn, they all love God. I said, are you Catholic? To another man the other day who gave us a tour, and he's like, of course I'm Catholic. Everyone's Catholic. Everyone loves God. And everyone walks around with a joy in their heart. Everywhere you see street signs on people's businesses, they have, I love Jesus, God is good, God is the King, on all their vehicles, on all their buildings, it's on their shirts, it's everywhere you turn. And if I could describe any difference between most other countries and this beautiful country, is their love of God is coming out of their pores. I have to keep this video short because if I try to send it from Uganda, it is going to be a bear to get through the data lines because I can't really get a signal in too many places. But there are many things that I'm hoping to tell you in upcoming videos. But again, going back to the village, and when we delivered clothing, and when we delivered food, the women would get down on their knees and bow before me in thanksgiving, and I was like, I'm not Jesus, get up, I'm not Jesus. But that's their way of saying thank you, so it was very difficult for me to have a woman bow before me. We went to one woman in a back village, and her house was the size of my shed in my backyard. It was made of mud, and all there was in it was a mud seat, a chair, and they had stacked up the water bottles on the right, big dirty, yellow water bottle cans that they all walk on their heads so that they can go and get the water and subsist. And on one half of her house, entire 50% of her house, were images of Jesus, Our Lady, I love God. Everything was a shrine. And she complained about nothing. She gave everything to God. And as a matter of fact, she was living with 2 children. One of them was her biological grandson because her daughter was an alcoholic and couldn't take care of her children. And the other was a little girl whose parents were into witchcraft and bad things. And as this mother left one day, she said, please let me come with you. Let me come with you. And this woman has nothing still to feed herself. She's bone thin. And yet she said, I'll take you. And when we went to deliver clothing to this beautiful, beautiful young girl, and Father was with me, and she was so appreciative, and he bought her paper, just paper and pens or pencils for school. She was so grateful, and we left, and he said, she has meat. She has meat on her. She's still very tiny, but she wasn't skeletal, and he said, she's eating. So somehow this woman in the back village, who's never really seen a city, took in someone else because of the love of Christ. And somehow the Lord is providing food and shelter for that child. My friends, there's so many things I would love to say to you. I am not ready to leave this country, and I'm leaving tomorrow. But I want to say, if you have Jesus and nothing else, you are the wealthy ones. If you have God, everything else comes second. And the people of Uganda are some of the wealthiest in the world, and I'm so proud to be considered a friend of theirs. Let me know if this helps. Oh, and by the way, if you wish to contribute to them, as so many people gave me envelopes of money to take, and I think I'll do a video about that. Feel free to donate. Let me know if the money is to be given to Father John Baptiste in Subuga, and I will transfer it. If it comes to me, I will transfer it to him through the app that I have, and he goes directly into the village, gets directly food, and hands it to those people. It's not a big organization that you have to worry about where's your money going. 100% of the money goes there. We went to a meal, one last thing, right? I took Father and another man out to eat and said something about, well, I'll pay for it. And they're like, really? Well, then I'll order pork. And I'm thinking, is that expensive? Well, that's expensive here. So they both got what was considered one of the expensive meals. And for them, it was about 100 and some Ugandan shillings. For me, it ended up being a $30 meal. Just put that into perspective. Your money goes so far here, and they're looking for people to put people into school. Oh goodness, I'm talking. Okay, I'm gonna stop, and I'm gonna do another video later about, I want you guys to help my friends here in Africa put children in school. I'm gonna talk about appreciating school. I'm Dr. Christine Bacon. Thanks for watching this Bacon Bit. And remember always to live your life sunny side up.